I'm being forced to learn patience. Patience is one of the biggest things that I'm learning right now. Patience and learning to trust the process, really, and not worry about a timeline. What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. I know it's been a little while since I've made an upload or anything like that, a long form upload. I've been uploading some shorts on the short film documentary It's Your Story, and I've been doing that just because I've been really focusing on my rehab process. I just started working with a new physical therapist, I want to say about 2 months ago at this point, so a little bit before Thanksgiving, I want to say, either before Thanksgiving or just starting in December. But with the physical therapist I'm working with right now, they really specialize in Os Trigonum Syndrome, and they work with a lot of those type of athletes, ballerinas even, because this injury usually happens to people who do ballet. I got in touch with this physical therapist just by looking her up, really just looking up specialists on Os Trigonum Syndrome, and her name just so happened to pop up, and I reached out to her and we just started talking, and I really liked what she was saying just out front. I went in there for a session, and ever since then I just kept on going. Been going really about once a week at this point, and every single time I go, or every single time that I have gone, they give me some new things to work on. So it's been a lot, it's been a process, and I've really just been trying to get involved with myself and involved in that process. The thing about rehab, it's not a lot of highlights, you know, it's really slow. It's really methodical, it can be boring. So I haven't really been posting, you know, I've just been really in tune with what I'm doing, in tune with the exercises that I'm doing, and just the movements that I'm doing, and just making sure I'm forming some sort of consistency with everything. So in the beginning it was more so just mobility, just getting the joint together. So the first thing that she saw was my ankle. It was just stiff, like my left ankle and right ankle, but left ankle was way more stiff than my right. So, you know, it's just been causing a lot of imbalances. You know, I would run, I would squat, I would just do all these different things, and I have the passion to do them, but my body wasn't working with me. It wasn't working with the compensations that I've been making due to the surgery. And the first thing that she told me was, you know, your ankle joint needs to be mobilized, because you can stretch all you want, but if that capsule gets tight and your ankle, you know, it's not gonna do anything. So she hooked me up just with some basic movements. It's called the Mulligan ankle mobilization, I believe. It's a protocol just for the ankle. But, you know, it's something simple, but just the way that she taught me how to do it has really helped. And then I went from that mobilization to stretching and just doing some hip work, some isolated hip work. And that was just the beginning of what I was doing. And it took about, I want to say, 3 weeks that I was just doing that. It's because we had Thanksgiving come up. So, you know, when holidays happen, it's a lot going on. But I still was doing all the movements. So after that, we started doing more calf strengthening work. So just a lot of isolated calf work. We would do some jumps, just seeing how things are starting to feel with the agility ladder and everything like that. So, it was just slow step-by-step work. I had stopped just doing everything that I was doing. I stopped weightlifting. I really just wanted to focus on just the rehab portion, just so things could feel better. I've gotten to a point where I am having these things filmed now again. I'm having these movements, these workout sessions filmed because I feel like I've formed a relationship with myself, and that's just one of the things that I wanted to do while I was actually just focusing on the rehab. Like, I really wanted to focus on just feeling that passion again, like feeling that spark within me no matter what I'm doing. Like, feel that drive, feel that energy that comes from within. And that's something that I really have been working on with myself, because beforehand I really want to say that I was showing up, but I wasn't showing up. Like, I was showing up, but it was hard to bring that fire. It was hard to bring some energy with myself. But I still showed up and I still tried. But now that I'm switching up the strategy a little bit, I'm doing more rehab work and focusing on that, things feel a lot better. Things are feeling better. Movements are feeling more fluid. This week, it was a good week, and also at the same time, it was a bad week. I'm not gonna say a bad week, but it had its challenges. In the beginning of the week, things were feeling amazing, but sometimes when things feel so amazing, you start doing a little bit too much. So what I'm working my way up to do is I want to start implementing some TriPhasic movements or some TriPhasic training. Look, I read the book last year, so I had just in my mind, I was like, I want to do this so I can build a very solid base within my lifts and with my body. But I feel like I just did a little bit too much. I did some eccentric squats, eccentric leg press on not just the machine leg press, but the sled leg press that comes down. I did just a bunch of leg work, and I feel like I had overworked myself a little bit. Then I took a day to rest, and then the next day I tried to do the eccentrics again. But my body just really wasn't feeling it. So it's one of those things where at this point I'm being forced to learn patience. Patience is one of the biggest things that I'm learning right now. Patience and learning to trust the process, really, and not worry about a timeline, not worrying about how fast I'm getting there, or following a specific structure, and I'm like, if I can do this week, and this week, by this week I'll be where I want to be, or I'll be at this point. But it's not about that, because just with life, a rehab goes like this. Like, it has its dips and it has its raises. It has the points where things are going up, and it has the points where it's going down. So it's one of those things that's been it's been a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's been very promising. And I feel like the season that I'm in right now is just forming a real bond with myself and forming that trust again. Just with doing these movements and allowing myself to flow, allowing myself to actually do the movements, and not being so hesitant with movements, and not searching or seeking pain in the movements, but actually seeking the right technique and the right form and just doing it. Because, when you do have something going on with you, your mind may feel that and kind of tighten up, stop, compensate, whatever. So I'm just forming that relationship, and I just really want to keep on forming that. I really want to keep on building that relationship and building that inner passion again. and there's some more things that I want to do, it's really, like I said, it's really promising, and at the same time, it's something where I can see the pieces that I still need and the pieces that I already have. So there's pieces like the physical therapy that's going well, and the knowledge that I'm gaining, it's going real well. But now I'm looking for more structure, and with that triphasic work, I really believe that that's going to help me a lot. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on next, and just with the weight room and just with those type of movements, those type of lifts, that type of process. That's kind of what I want to build on next. So it's all just a journey, and that's really the point of why I made this channel, is to show the journey. The journey is not always going to go how you want it to go. The journey is not always going to be a upward slope. It's not always going to go up. It's going to go down sometimes. It's going to flatline sometimes. But the thing about it is you have to enjoy that journey, enjoy that process, enjoy everything that comes with it. And you just look back and you have to be grateful for those things. And it can be tough, especially with myself, like when you see things going up, or you feel good one day, and then the next day you may feel not the best or not how you were the previous day. It's just one of those things where I feel like you just have to enjoy every single day, no matter what's going on, and just being grateful for every single day of your process. And specifically, I'm talking about this rehab, but I know there's probably some people who are watching this and are not rehabbing anything, but they're building something in their life. But it's just one of those things where you do have to be grateful for everything, every single thing. And it's really important for me at this point in time to just do that, just to be grateful, just to know that these things are happening for a reason, and making myself be patient and trusting God and knowing that He'll provide. And it's just something that I really am letting go. I'm letting go of just trying to force things, but I'm letting things happen naturally at the same time. So my biggest takeaway just from the past 2 months is just being patient. And patience is not just something that's going to happen in a season. It's not something that you just do and then everything comes to you. This is you have to be patient all throughout life. You have to be patient all throughout your time on this earth. So I just wanted to make an update video just where I've been, just to get something out there, because I don't know who's watching me, but I know if you are, you probably haven't seen a longer format video of me in a little while. But I just wanted to make this, and I just wanted to just tell whoever's watching this to embrace being patient, and not in the form of just not going for your goals, not pushing yourself for your goals, but knowing the times to push, knowing the times to work on your body a little bit more, knowing the times when to sit back and reset. So everything has its time, and I feel like right now it's just falling in love with the process and being patient. So I just wanted to throw this out there just because it has been a little while, but I hope if you have been watching my videos that you're doing good, and every single video, every single lesson that I've spoken about, they all can be taken through every single part of the journey. So if you have been watching, just know that your patience will pay off. Just keep on being patient. Just keep on trusting the process, and just keep on believing at the same time. And keep on telling your story. And it doesn't matter how many people are watching. It doesn't matter who's saying what about you. All that matters is you're doing your thing. that's just the most important thing, is just keep on being you at the end of the day.